Hi, I'm Slawek with iDrinkCoffee.com. Today I'm presenting the Bezzera Nini DE. The Nini is a compact heat exchanger espresso machine that's built by the legendary manufacturer Bezzera out of Milan, Italy. They've been around for 125 years now, so they have a ton of heritage and a ton of know-how on making espresso machines, and the Nini is the latest offering in their compact range. The Nini is the successor of the very popular and very successful BZ line. The BZ07, BZ10, BZ13, those numbers represent the years in which those were released. So the 7 was released in 2007, and you guessed it, the BZ13 was released in 2013. The Nini was introduced in 2026 and it comes in two different versions. The PM, which is the push button version, so a manual version. We press the button to turn the pump on, then press it again to turn it off. And the version I'm presenting today, and that's the DE, and that has electronic dosing, so it's got a flow meter and volumetric control. To present the Nini, I'm going to show you its different features, and then I'm going to make a wide range of drinks so you can see this machine in action and decide whether this is something you may want in your kitchen. So in front of me, I have two machines. I've got the green one on the right. Green has been a very hot color in lots of different products. The black, and it's also available in white, and coming soon, I believe we're also going to get stainless steel. The dimensions of the Nini are quite compact. It's only 25 centimeters wide, that's 10 inches. The depth is 44.75 centimeters, that's 17.6 inches. And the height is 14.4 inches or 36.5 centimeters, so it should fit under any cabinet. Despite being a compact machine, the water tank is actually quite generous, and it's accessible by pulling up the cup tray here. There's two little finger holes. Just be careful to keep your cups level or they'll slide off. But you can put that down with the cups on there. Water tank is back here. It's 3 liters. So that's actually a very good size. It will last you a little while, quite a few drinks. And you can pull this out by pulling it up, or you can just pour water from a pitcher into the tank directly. The Bezzera Nini uses Bezzera's proprietary group, and what I like about this group is, first, that there is no maintenance. Unlike an E61, there's no moving parts inside there, so you don't have to change any valves, any cams, anything like that. Basically, the only thing you have to change on this group is the gasket, and of course the screen can get dirty. That is a replaceable part. Another huge benefit of this group is that it's actively heated. There's actually 2 heating elements in there, and that allows the Bezzera Nini to have extremely rapid heat up time. This machine goes from cold to ready to brew in about 7.5 minutes. I timed it myself, and that's ready to make espresso and to steam milk. So I mentioned earlier there's 2 versions of the Nini, and that's the PM and the DE. The difference, of course, in the way it looks is the DE, which I have in front of me here, has 2 buttons as opposed to just a single button on the PM. But also, each one of those versions is available with or without a flow control. So this machine on the right-hand side, the green one, has the optional flow control installed. And what that does, it allows us to manipulate the flow of water in order to do some pressure profiling to dial in our espresso to make it taste even better. The DE version of this machine features 2 programmable buttons, your single dose and your double dose. Each of these can be programmed to deliver a certain volume of water. I'll show you how to program the machine a little bit later. I'd also like to point out the build quality of the Bezzera Nini. The machine is made entirely out of steel. It's just a well-made and heavy-duty machine, and it just feels high quality as well. And we see that in the drip tray. This is one of the coolest drip trays. It's got these 2 large brass adapters that hold it in place, but you can see the entire frame is steel. This drip tray is very well made, and this machine is built to last. I also want to point out on the drip tray underneath here we have a connector, and what this allows us to do is you can plumb in the drain. You can run a hose to your drain, and that way you never have to empty your drip tray. It allows you to do that. That is optional, though you don't have to do that. You can just leave the drip tray closed like I have here, and then when it's full, you just pour it into your sink. The Nini features joystick-style steam and hot water wands, which are instant on and instant off. I'll show you on the steam side here. I put that into the top position to lock it, and then in the middle position to turn it off. I have the same option on the hot water. I'm not going to pour any hot water right now. I'll show you that when I'm making an Americano. On the bottom right-hand side here, we have the PID. Now, Bezzera's PID shows the extraction temperature. So I've got this machine set at 93 degrees and this machine is set at 90 degrees. And that's the approximate temperature of the water that's going to be hitting the coffee. The water inside the boiler, of course, is much hotter. It's boiling because this is a heat exchanger machine. That PID allows you to easily change the temperature of your extraction. Some coffees, for example, light roasts, tend to like higher temperatures, and dark roast coffees tend to like lower temperatures. You can make those changes very easily on the Bezzera Nini. And on the bottom left here, we have the pressure gauge. That's a manometer. It measures the extraction pressure during our extraction. So right now it's at 0 because, of course, the pump is off and there's no pressure inside the group. The first drink that I'm going to make is a double shot of espresso, and alongside the Nini, I'm using the Americano E64 WS grinder. This is a grind-by-weight grinder. I've got it set to deliver 19 grams of coffee. Very quiet grinder. It's a great pairing with any espresso machine. And I'm also using the puck press, which is an automatic tamper. Gives me an even tamp every single time. So I place my glasses down. And I have my double shot programmed, so I just press the double shot button and the machine will do the rest. You'll notice the PID also acts as a shot timer. And this is a useful feature, a feature that I really like. And that's evidenced by the fact that when I go to a machine or use a machine that doesn't have a shot timer, I miss it. I like having it. There we go, our shot is finished, 31.2 seconds, so that's dialed in, I think, quite nicely. And we've got 2 lovely shots of espresso. So for the next drink, I'm gonna do another double shot of espresso, this time into a single glass. And I wanna show you how to program the machine. So I'm using a scale in order to do that. I'm gonna tare my scale, and I've ground 19 grams of coffee with my grinder. I'm gonna be aiming for 38 grams of liquid inside the cup. That's approximately a 2-to-1 ratio, which is fairly standard. So I've got my coffee ground, my scale tared, and I hold down the double shot button for 5 seconds. It will begin to flash, and then I press it again. And I'm going to be keeping an eye here on my volume. And once it reaches my target, I'm going to press that button again, and the machine will remember that volume for next time. It will deliver the same amount of water. Stop it right there. That's quite incredible. It's 38.3. It's going up by kind of 38.3 milliliters. And now that is programmed. Every time I press that double shot button, it will deliver that amount of water. Now, I just want to point out something that's important with volumetrics, and that is the dose. If I change my dose, for example, if I were to go to a smaller dose, 18 or 17 grams, I would have to reprogram that because, of course, the coffee absorbs a certain amount of water as well. So the machine will deliver the same volume of water, but your coffee, of course, has an impact on that as well, so just be mindful of that. The next drink that I'm going to make is going to be an Americano, and I'm going to do it on the machine with flow control to demonstrate that. So the first thing I'm going to do is add hot water to my cup. Just stop it right there. The pump will come on. That's just the machine refilling the boiler, entirely normal. So I'm set up here, and what I'm going to be doing is I've got my double shot volume programmed. I've got, of course, my coffee ground and tamped. And now the flow control, so I have it in the locked position, which is all the way to the left. To unlock it, we turn it counterclockwise, and this is all the way fully open. So we can now manipulate the pressure by increasing or decreasing the flow. So let's give it a try. I'm going to press the double shot button. I'm going to open it just a little bit, and we're going to see how our pressure begins to build. You can see the pressure going up a little bit. We're at about 3 bars now. I've already got some coffee inside my cup, so I'm actually going to open it more. Now it's open a little bit more. And there it stopped because it reached the volume. But you get the idea. You would build kind of your own recipes in order to, to set this up any way that you like. You can do pre-infusion, post-infusion, etc. I wanted to add a note about the flow control. Flow control with volumetric dosing is actually quite complicated. If you want to use the volumetric features of the machine, I suggest having the flow control all the way open and just making your shots like that. If you want to make a kind of use that flow control feature, what I suggest is to use continuous dosing. And that basically is using the machine in manual mode. In order to do that, all we do is we hold the single shot button in for 3 seconds. The machine will turn the pump on and it won't turn off until I press that button again. Next, let me show you a milk-based drink. This is really where this machine shines because you can make espresso and froth milk at the same time. So very simple, I press my double shot button and I begin steaming on the left-hand side here. I don't have to worry about watching the espresso. The machine will start and stop the pump for me. I just have to focus on frothing milk. Stop it right there. There, the machine stopped my shot. And all I have to do is add the milk. And I've got a nice latte that is ready to enjoy. The final drink that I'm going to do is going to be a more creative one. It's going to be a mango espresso tonic, a little bit sweeter. So what I will do is I'll put my shot pitcher here. I'm using a small little brew pitcher, and I'll begin brewing my coffee into that brew pitcher. There you go. And again, because this is a volumetric machine, I don't have to worry about it. The machine will stop itself. And now I'll begin preparing my drink. So I'm using 1 pump of sweetened mango puree. I put that at the bottom of my glass. Then I add ice. So give it a good amount of ice. Now I'm going to put in my tonic. So I'm just going to add some tonic water. There we go. And now it's time to add our espresso on top. Give it a nice gentle pour. There we go with our espresso. And we're gonna add 1 pump of sweetened mango syrup on top as well. And now we give it a nice mix. Make sure to get to the bottom to get all that nice fruit flavor, the puree. The sweetened puree, it just smells and tastes incredible. It's got such a lovely smell. I really do enjoy it. And this is my espresso tonic mango flavored. And I'm gonna give it a try, of course. Wow, that's really actually quite awesome. The volumetric version of the Bezzera Nini, the DE, makes it even easier to make cafe quality drinks in the comfort of your home. That volumetric dosing is very handy, especially if you're doing something else like pouring some syrup or frothing some milk. You don't have to worry about that espresso, it's all handled for you. There is just so much to love about this machine. I personally love its handsome looks, its compact size, and its incredible build quality. Again, Bezzera is a company that we've been privileged enough to be working with for quite some time. They were one of the early brands that we started with shortly after our founding. We were founded in 2009, and we started working with Bezzera shortly after that. And we're privileged to have a very close working relationship with them. iDrinkCoffee.com is the exclusive importer of Bezzera home machines into Canada. And we also have a great friendship between the two companies. We work very closely together. If you have any questions about the Bezzera Nini DE, about the Malconic E64WS, about Sweetbird syrups or Sweetbird purees, please feel free to contact iDrinkCoffee.com. We're here to help. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this about espresso machines, about coffee machines, coffee grinders, coffee syrups, everything to do with coffee. Thank you for watching and have a great day.